Hi everyone, it's Kate from School of Hard Knocks in Scotland again. I hope you're keeping safe and well. Today we're going to do a really short session on relationships and how we can keep our relationships as positive as possible in this strange lockdown time. So obviously being stuck at home with family members potentially 24/7 can mean that there's a bit more tension or arguments than normal. However, when we do argue or fall out, then we tend to feel even worse. So today we'll chat about some strategies for trying to prevent disagreements from happening in the first place, and some things that we can maybe do if we have fallen out to try and get things back on track. So, if we're feeling a bit down or a bit grumpy, it's more likely that we're going to respond to something a bit more negatively than if we were in a happy mood, okay? So I suppose it's about us trying to notice how we're feeling on that day. If we're feeling a bit down, a bit grumpy, maybe try and do something nice for ourselves. So be kind to ourselves. So for me, if I'm feeling a bit down or grumpy, things that might help me out are things like going for a walk, doing a little bit of exercise, speaking to a friend who maybe help me snap myself out of that mood. So trying to do that. If it is heading towards a disagreement with, say, a sibling, can you try and pause it and say that you just need to take some time out? So take some time away to get some headspace, clear your head, and maybe go to the garden if you're lucky enough to have a garden. Go out for a little walk if you can. It's really hard if you are sharing a room with siblings to get away and obviously find some space in a busy house, but could you maybe try to go somewhere else that they're not, like go for a bath, etc. People tend to not mind if you say, look, just need a little bit of space, I'm feeling a little bit down or a bit stressed and I'm going to take myself away for a little while. Another tip is to always listen. So listen to that person and understand what they're saying and why they're feeling like they're feeling and why they're saying what they're saying. And try to put yourself in their shoes and consider things from their perspective, not just from how you're feeling. And always remember, like we say in school, there is a choice to how you react in a situation. It is really hard sometimes when we just want to go, we're angry. But actually we need to take that time to just go, right, how do I want to react? I've got the power to say something nice or something hurtful with my words. But actually, if I choose to say something hurtful, something nasty, then I'm going to make myself feel worse in the long run because it's going to make the argument even bigger. So can you react in a different way? So by the examples that I've maybe given, stopping at that point where you find that you're going to get really angry and say something that you might regret, and saying, do you know what? I need to take some time out, some headspace for me. So if you have had an argument, how can you show some kindness to the other person to get things back on track or for things to be a bit more bearable in the house? So when we work with the young people in the school and they'll come and talk to us about arguments with friends, often happen, or talk to us about arguments that have been happening at home with siblings, for example, we always talk about, is there a way that actually you can sit down and calmly and openly and maturely talk about what's happened? So the argument that you've just had, how it's made you feel, your point of view, but also really importantly listening to the other person and how it's made them feel and their point of view. And sitting and having a discussion when you're both calm, so you've maybe taken yourself away for some headspace and then you're able to do this. Often if we have said something hurtful or we have been inappropriate in how we've behaved, the hardest thing to do often is apologise. But actually that's often the thing that we should be doing and the most powerful. Sometimes it is really hard to apologise to someone's face if we have behaved a bit badly, and it is a really brave thing to be able to do. It's a really important thing to be able to do as well, to be able to hold our hands up when we have been in the wrong. If it's really hard to apologise to that person's face, it's understandable. Could you even write an apology note or a text? Even if this person still lives in the same house, you could send them a message and let them know how you feel. Could you do something kind? Could you bake? Could you make them something? Could you pick them some flowers from the garden or a couple from the park that you walk past? And once you have calmed down and had a little bit of a chat, could you even go for a walk together just to get out or go and do something fun just to put things back to normal? Or if you have had an argument with your parents, could you show them in your actions how sorry you are by doing a chore or two in the house and actually taking some responsibility in the house? as a way of apologising. The key messages then, if we have had an argument or it's heading that way, take some time out. So try and get some time for some headspace where you can calm down, work on your breathing. So many of the exercises that have been discussed on here, calm our breathing down, calm ourselves down, clear our heads, and then come back and have a calm conversation. Can we apologise? Can we listen? And can we do something kind for the other person? If you've tried these strategies and you're actually worried about the level of arguments at home or what kind of arguments that you're having, remember you can get in touch with us. The school have an email address and it's in the Wellbeing packs that you guys have. There's one for Scotland, England and Wales, and you can contact us via email and we can have a little chat about that. You can also access your teachers and speak to your teachers if you have any concerns. Speak to a friend as well if you're worried or you need to offload about some of the stuff that's going on. And remember, if you do have concerns and you need some advice at any point, remember that Childline exists and we'll be able to give you some advice over the phone whenever you want to contact them. Take care everyone, and remember that we're here via email if you would like to contact us or need any more information about any of this. Thank you.